Clemens with Whitebrook Real Estate. I'm here with my good friends across the country, Giovanni, Martha, and Karen, and we've got a great market update for you. I just wanted to touch base with y'all and see, are y'all still on lockdown, and how's your market going? Giovanni, we're going to start with you. I know you're out in Georgia. Tell us about out in Georgia.
Well, I think we made national news a few weeks ago when our governor decided to end our lockdown. And, things have been fine so far. I mean, we're not dead yet, so we're hanging in there. As far as the market goes, anecdotally, I think, I'm very optimistic. I feel that the buyers and sellers that I'm working with are, just still very motivated. The buyers that we're working with still want to see homes, are still interested in what's going on in the market. And the sellers that we have currently are getting multiple offers still. It's not like any of the homes are dragging or they're not selling. So that's always a great sign on my end. When I look into the stats, and there's two that I was curious about over the last month. And so I looked at the showings per pending for April of 2019 versus what it was last month. And in 2019, we had 7.5 showings before we go pending on a listing. And last month, it was at 11. So it tells me two things. One, it's taking a few more showings to sell a home, but then there's also more people out there looking than there were last year. So I think that's encouraging. The not so encouraging numbers, but I pretty much expected this, was, the new listings in April of last year for our area in Atlanta was 132 new homes on the market. And for last month, it was 91. So we're down 40 listings, which is like 30%. Once again, I feel that's probably normal based on April being like the one month that was just, everything was going crazy.
Right.
Overall, optimistic, feel great. I think our society here in Atlanta is feeling good, right now about the real estate market and our prospects going forward.
Awesome.
Need the rest of y'all to open up.
Yeah, that's the truth. Absolutely. Karen, now you are out in California. How about you? Tell us about what's going on over there.
Well, we're still on a pretty severe lockdown. We just, this past Monday, a few days ago, were released to start showing listings. No more than 2 people at a time, with a lot of restrictions, face masks, foot coverings. They don't require you to wear gloves, but hand sanitizer is available everywhere, which I think we see probably across the board in each one of our states. As far as our home sales, we are still pretty much on target. Our home sale price has only dropped less than 1%. Okay. So I don't even know if that's significant enough to even count. Our home sales are great. Our days on market are a little longer than they were. But we hit a severe, here in California, we hit a severe shelter in place. And so everything wasn't moving. And a lot of the agents in my area, they're not current on the videoing of homes. And so it's people can't look at it online and get a visual of what the home might look like inside. And then once the shelter's lifted, be able to go in. And because we all know, we like to go in, they want to see it visually. They want to smell it, make sure there's not a weird, creepy smell when they go in that's going to make them run away and not and say no. But fortunately, with everything that's going on, everything stayed really strong in our housing market here.
Awesome. Yeah. Wonderful. And how about you, Martha? How's things out in Texas?
Well, Alexia, I'm having technical difficulty. Okay.
There you go.
Anyway, I've been extremely busy. So listing houses, have buyers, have things going in escrow. So as far as I think, I do know that our market is really going well. I mean, we are still low inventory and we're going pretty fast. I mean, if it's a great house and it's under $500,000, it's going very fast. So we're doing good and I'm excited, and we are still in lockdown, but not for too much longer. And, we've always been essential. So we are showing houses and, just being precautionary with the masks and gloves and hand sanitizer just to be safe and protect everyone.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so we can really all say that going into this, when we were standing somewhere at February, we were looking at it, that kind of like, oh, brace ourselves, are we going to have an issue? We really haven't seen a huge impact. Is that right? Everybody nod, yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right. We really didn't have a huge impact. Buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling. Really, the issue really is, being able to have the media from agents, proper photos or walkthroughs or 3D mapping to really kind of engage the buyers. Giovanni, I really liked what you said about the number of showings, because you're right. Maybe people aren't going and seeing it twice, right? Especially now, but you're actually having more buyers. So the other thing is, as we all know, that there's a seller's market at 6 months of inventory or less. We're still in a seller's market? Yes?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So?
We're
certain price
at
points.
3.5 months.
All right. All right, wonderful. All right, well, I'm going to check in with you next week then, and we'll just keep an eye on this. That sound good?
Well, Alexia, let me
What
ask
about you?
Florida.
I know. I'm completely agree with you. Yeah, I look at 9 zip codes in Central Florida, and there's not any significant difference. When I look at, and I track like a 5-year period, I'm very analytical, and I want to make sure that, when I say something, that I know that I can always back it up. But, handfuls, like, if you're looking at an average, just because I'm 9 separate zip codes, so I'll just give you an example. If you're looking at an average homes of, new listings, like you were talking about, come on, and it's 40, well, one month might have been 20, the next month is 60, the next month is 30, and then we've got, 35 or 40. So, when you level it out, it's really just, when people decided to jump into the market or out of the market. But yeah, no significant difference whatsoever. It's really been fantastic. And of course, as y'all know, with me, I took care of my mother for 6 years. We didn't even have a cold. Nothing could come into her home. She had advanced COPD, so a cold could not come into her home. So I am extremely versed in being able to do this. So it was kind of funny because, well, not funny, haha, but irony, when we went under lockdown and everybody started doing the mask and the gloves, I thought, wow, everybody just joined my world because I don't open up a doorknob without a Lysol wipe. I have masks. Everything. Somebody even bumps up against me in a crowd, I Lysol that off. I'm not a germaphobe. I just have always had to be careful. It's now just ingrained in me. So, we still have precautions here in this market as well, because as real estate professionals, I think across the nation, we all want to keep everybody safe. But yeah, buyers are wanting to buy, sellers are wanting to sell. So even though the experts are kind of looking at, because I know that the typical indicators that we have, the GDP and unemployment and all that, usually they're impacted by the market, and now they've been impacted by this external force. I think that we would be suspicious if every one of them agreed, right? Because we're really in kind of uncharted territory here. So I'm encouraged that no expert completely agrees whether prices are going to go up or prices are going to go down, but I'm encouraged about the facts that the markets across the nation, whether it be Georgia, Texas, California, or Florida, we're on all corners here, that it's good, right? Yeah, I can't wait to talk to you next week.
Thank you so much, Alexia.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alexia. Bye-bye.
Yeah.